Like, and so it's like there's like this secret, elegant person trapped inside of me.
All right, we're coming down to our final questions.
Okay.
I always like to start off with this one. Do you think, and I probably already know the answer to this one, but I'll ask it anyway. Do you think we all have an artist inside of us?
Yes. Do you want me to expand upon that? I don't think I have to. Yes, yes, you do. Everyone out there, you have an artist in you.
Yes, I kind of knew you were going to say yes to that. So if you think you have an artist inside of you and you want to explore it, what kind of advice would you give to someone saying, I want to try this, but I don't know, or can I make a living at art? What would you tell them?
I would say just start making stuff. Do you know, I think that we're all made to create, and I think that, you go into a class of kindergartners and they have no hesitation about making something, and they don't get caught up on whether it's good or not. Everything's good, right? Everything's good. And so just start making stuff and treat yourself like you would a kindergartner, and be like, you know what? It's good because you tried. It's you're getting it out there. So just step out and try. So give yourself applause for it.
It's good because you tried. That's like the title of the episode right there. Great advice. We'll put them in the show notes, but what are some of the ways people can connect with you and see your awesome work online?
Well, I have a website, which is racquelkeller.com, and I won't bother with spelling it. It's in the show notes because Google will autocorrect my name, just so you know.
Yes.
I have an Instagram, which is Racquel Keller Art, Facebook page of the same name, podcast Purifier Creatives. You can always, that's on Apple Podcasts and several other outlets. And I think that's about it. I think that covers it.
Definitely. Yeah. Check out the website, everybody. That artwork is amazing. I love all the stuff you have on there. It's really good.
Thank you.
Because you did it. It's good because you tried. And you did
That's right. Because I tried, gosh darn it.
You didn't wait for inspiration, which is
That's right.
One of the big traps.
That is, definitely do not wait for the inspiration. That is true. Mm-hmm. That is true, because
you'll be waiting.
She's a fickle mistress.
Very true. And the final question I like to ask everybody, why does art matter?
Ooh, so many reasons. I'm going to say that for the maker, it matters because it is something that you need to share. So I think that it is a way of communicating that is unique to you. And so for the maker, I think it's that. And I think it's also for just anyone who hasn't, started making yet, or who does. I think it helps keep you very balanced. I think that making art is good. It's good for the soul, and it's good for the well-being. For the viewer, I think it can be any number of those things, in the sense of, I think that it can be good for your well-being. I think it can be a conversation starter. I think it can be a game changer. I think it can beautify your surroundings. I think that there are so many things that art, we wouldn't. It's like, those pretty pillows that are on your sofa. Those are art, and we like to beautify our surroundings. And so architecture, it's you're living in someone's imagination when you're living in an abode. So I think that it allows the viewer to dream a little bit as well.
Yes. Good one. For sure. So there you have it. That's why art matters. Love it. Well, I appreciate you taking the time and being on the show and sharing your story. It's been a grand tour and continued success with what you do. It's great to see you're still busy during this silly little virus.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah, I will say I think it's been very good for my creativity, because I tend to, art is a gig job, and so you run around a lot, and so I've not had to run around a lot, and so I think it's actually been oddly good. I miss my friends, but oddly good for making art. And so thank you for the opportunity to come on your show and chat with you about art and all things creative.
And there you have it. Thank you for being on the show, Racquel. It was great having you. Love those last few words from you. Need to clarify one thing. She was looking up the author of Little Prince. It's not an Alexander. It's Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Yeah, try and say that a million times fast. So I looked that up, and that's as good as it's going to get for me pronouncing his name. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir, baby? But anyway, love lots of her advice, and I really like that she has why art matters from the maker's point of view and the viewer's point of view. It's a different experience. And the viewer's point of view could be different if we're talking about a piece of art, whether it's a painting, a sculpture, something that you're going to look at from different angles or different approaches. It can mean something different to each viewer. And even as a maker, I've done paint parties, and we were given one painting to paint. And not one of the participants are going to come up with the same exact painting. Each one is a different interpretation of what is presented. You can come close, but each one is going to be different, and that's the beauty of it. It's good because you tried. I love that. That's a slogan that should be put up everywhere. It's good because you tried. Just taking that step and picking up a brush and painting something, putting up clay, sculpting something together, singing something, or even just dabbling in voiceover acting. If you go on your computer and record your voice, auditioning for a play. You may not get the role, but you auditioned. And it's good because you tried. Sage advice. Love that. Of course, check out all the info and links and show notes for Racquel at theartistreallymatters.com. And of course, you can share this episode and enjoy it with everybody on several platforms like Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and many more. And of course, next month is October, the month of Halloween. So I'm only going to do 2 episodes, but they're going to be really good. And the first one is something I'm so excited. We're going to have our first ever return guest. Rob Otone will be back to talk about his second collection of stories called Her Infernal Name and Other Nightmares. And I had the honor of reading it in advance, so we have a lot to talk about now that I have first-hand knowledge of how the book went. And we'll discuss the previous book, too, because I actually read that and what stories are different. So, yes, tune into that. It's going to be so nice to connect with him again and share that story for the month of Halloween. So get creative, everybody. I have to get on the ball and do that thing. Hoping to go to Howl-O-Scream. It's all going to be outdoorsy stuff because of frickin' COVID. But I'm curious to see what they pull off. I've been to the park, Busch Gardens, we're talking. And I see some of the stuff they're already putting up. Looks pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to The Artist Matters. Appreciate you. And keep creating. Remember, it's good because you tried. And until next time, no matter where you go, let your creativity flow.